Hi, Kelly Bennett here for Backstage 360. We were in the Media Center, and now we are out and about, and we're now here with the great folks from Hammond. Scott May is here with us, and he's the artist liaison, and I think the significant guru of all organs, and Hammond organs, especially Hammond organs.
We've got a couple of significant gurus, but I'm the attendant one right now, I guess.
Tell me a little bit about Mr. Hammond and when he started creating these masterpieces.
Mr. Hammond invented a motor that would, no matter, back in the early part of the 20th century, the power that came out of the wall wasn't always right. And there was no such thing as an electric motor. So he invented an electric motor that no matter what the power was, it ran at the same speed. I'm going to really cut this back to make it quick. He invented electric clocks. The first electric clocks were Hammond branded. I have one on my desk. It's almost 100 years old. It keeps as good a time as my computer watch.
Wow.
But then the Depression came. People didn't have money for clocks, and he wanted to find something else to do with this motor. He invented an electronic organ. And in 1934, he got the patent for it, and it was an immediate hit. And now here we are, 80 some years later, and now there's no more motors in these things, but still Mr. Hammond's principles, and Hammond organ is still going strong.
So the first organs that were created back in the day, I remember organs in churches, the big, huge ones.
Yeah, pipe organs, rooms and rooms and rooms of pipes and electronics and blowers and stuff like that. Mr. Hammond's organ was portable. Well, some people didn't say too, because they weighed 500 pounds. They were very heavy. Now we've got a Hammond organ that weighs 15 pounds.
Oh my gosh. This one right here is, looks like it's pretty, I don't know, portable?
Yes, this is 35 pounds. This is our SKX, one of our newest models. And this is a keyboard that's great for a working musician, because not only does it have a full Hammond organ, digital Leslie, but it also has pianos, electric pianos, strings, synthesizer, brass, percussion, everything you need to play any kind of gig for any kind of music.
I was just going to say, because that's what these keys are up here for, right?
Yeah, well, those are what we call drawbars. That's how you produce the sound in a Hammond organ. Each one of those drawbars has a certain frequency underneath it, and you can combine the frequencies to make your sound. Millions and millions of frequencies.
Wow, it is so complicated and technical.
No, it's not. It's when
For somebody who doesn't play, it is.
No, but people say, how do you work these drawbar things? And then I pull their leg and I say, well, how much time do you got? Do you have I'll give you the lesson that you need to know, and I'll go over it in depth.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll go, okay, I go, you got some time? Yeah. What's the lesson? I says, move these things around until it sounds good.
Okay, I can do that. That's perfect.
And even the pros go, yeah, you're right.
So what's new for Hammond here at the show?
Well, the SKX is our newest model. The A3, XK5, which we can, there you go, with nobody playing it.
What, and this one is obviously, you said 35 pounds. There was one that you had in your hand. Where's that little one? What is that?
This is a melodeon.
Because we're getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Now, this is a melodeon. Now our corporate, we're owned by Suzuki Musical Instrument out of Hamamatsu, Japan. And their big thing, besides owning us, is they make harmonicas and accordions. And this is a harmonica that has got a keyboard.
I love that.
And we make the only 44 key melodeon. It's very heavy duty. It's got a built-in microphone, so you can plug it into an amp and
is so cool.
Yeah, we like it. It's a fun toy. It's great. Not a toy, it's a real instrument.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like, for a keyboard player, you can get up and walk around with it, which is cool.
So, can you play something here for me?
Sure.
We'll be able to hear it.
I'm going to have to ask you to move over just a
Oh,
little bit,
okay.
because I can't play side saddle.
How's that? Is that good? Where's your Hello.
You can edit
Testing,
that
testing.
out.
1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for being here at NAMM and displaying your products. Where can people find more information about Hammond?
www.hammondorganco.com. hammondorganco.com.
Okay, fabulous. All right, guys, you heard it. Hammond Organs. Go check them out.
Thank you.
Hello, we are back, and in studio here with us is Rick Cabot Podmore from Denver, Colorado. He's a major record producer. You write songs, you produce songs, and your catalog of songs are just so vast, from country to jazz to classical, really, really cool songs like you would hear in a TV or a cinematic show. Tell me about some of the records that you've produced, or some of the folks that are out there.
Well, I've been very blessed to work with a lot of great artists, mostly emerging artists. That's kind of a specialty of mine, is helping careers advance from a primary level. So Ashley Amber Harris, Levi Blum, younger emerging artists and stuff like that. We've done pretty well with those. So it's very happy.
You also write songs, and one of your songs got the attention of a radio station out in Denver, and it kind of snowballed, so to speak, into a humongous parade for the city. Over 500,000 people came out. Talk about Share the Magic.
Oh, geez. Well, Share the Magic was an ensemble piece. When I say ensemble, that's kind of like the We Are the World, if you can see that kind of makeup. And I'd done one in 1993 to promote and benefit Children's Hospital. And for years, everybody said, you need to do that again. And in 2012, we had kind of a hard year in Colorado. We had wildfires that burned up a lot of acreage in the state. We had flooding. We had the Aurora Theater tragedy. A few other things that were national newsworthy, and it was really kind of a hard time. So I felt that it was a good time coming up on Christmas of that year to do an ensemble piece, another Christmas ensemble piece. So I sat down on my piano, wrote this song, Share the Magic, got the Colorado music community to participate, and it started to kind of take on a life of its own. That was in 2012, and in 2017, Cozy 101.1, which is the hot AC station in Denver, and they switch over every year. They do play nothing but Christmas music for 6 weeks.
As most stations do, except for rock music.
Well, all I know is that they do, and
It's a big thing out there.
it's huge. Their ratings spike. It's unbelievable. And so Cozy approached me and asked me if they could utilize the song as a fundraising effort for that Christmas. And then right behind that came 9 News, which is they're the NBC affiliate in Denver, and they are the major sponsor for a yearly event we have had it's a historic event, the Downtown Parade of Lights. And so Share the Magic became the theme. for Parade of Lights and the Cozy 101 experience, and we had a great year in 2018, and we repeated it again this year in 2019. Got bigger and better, and so I've kind of become known as Captain Christmas.
So I saw pictures on Facebook of you actually on a parade float playing a piano. Tell me what it was like. I know about the piano. You don't have to go in about that, but tell me how you felt the first time in 2018 when you were going on that parade for the very first time, and all those people out there. I know you've been on stages that are humongous, so I know the crowd was different, but what was the difference? You know, the feeling in that.
Well, very truthfully, I thought that when we were in the preparation meetings, and they kept talking about the parade, and we'd be sitting around this big, conference table, and they'd go, well, we just want Rick on the float with a piano. That's all and I was just like, oh, God, that's stupid. Please, no, because I'm thinking in my head, this is going to be the career killer of all time. Nobody will ever take me seriously again, that sort of thing.
Did you do parade way?
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But they put me on that float, and there's a long stretch of the parade route, which is 17th Street, which is a major financial street in Denver with all the big buildings and stuff. And it's lined, there's 250,000 people each night lining the streets. And we were the first float, and when we came around that corner, the roar of the crowd coming all the way up that about mile-long strip, I was like, I'm good. No problem. And, all these children are singing my song. Everybody knew my song by that point because they've been playing it. So, you're sitting there and you're looking at these little kids and they're waving at you and they're singing my song. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm totally good.
Oh, how was that? That's how heartwarming.
It was awesome. And so, 2 years straight we've done it. And hopefully they will invite me back, and have me do that again. I don't know yet. It's kind of the month-long, period between when they decide what they're going to do next. And so I'm just I'm dangling a little bit. Hey guys, I'm dangling. I just want you to know I'm dangling.
How fun. Now the song itself, Share the Magic. You told me what it was all about and how you created it. Talk a little bit about, to the listeners, talk a little bit about the song and what it's about and what the feeling is.
Well, again, it's an ensemble piece. It was written for multiple singers to sing lead vocal parts. But it's a Christmas song. It's a very mainstream Christmas song that really just projects the thought of love and joy and happiness. And that's really kind of what it is. And it's, there's no better place to be for Christmas than Colorado. So, I kind of have the ultimate backdrop to write these songs, and so it's really what it is. It's I guess I just kind of invoke the thought that Christmas should be all the time. It shouldn't be just saved for one day. So
I will vote for that.
That's kind of my deal. Is that every day's Christmas.
Well, you've written another Christmas song, correct?
Well, I've written several.
Okay, but the new one that you has out.
The new one that just got released. It got a lot of airplay this year. It's called "Christmas Is Here," and it was. Sung by a great friend of mine, Joellen Hoff, a wonderful singer, one of the Voices on High singers, and it's basically about I wrote that about the perspective of being an adult, and how you still have the real kind of innocent, childlike, I should say, feelings of anticipating Christmas again. So it turned out really good, I think. Everybody has told me that they like it, so.
Cozy's playing it.
Cozy's playing it, and it looks like we're going to get a couple of other markets that are picking it up as well. So we'll see what happens.
What's coming up for you in the future? Anything exciting? You got a couple of...
With Kelly Bennett.
Of course. This is the best thing ever, isn't it? Okay, we won't go there.
If you open the door, I will walk through.
You're working with a few people right now. You're working with?
My Blum, and got another project that's right behind that. And then, of course, I have several new pieces that I'm going to add to my catalog for licensing in film and television. So
where can people find your music?
you can find my music. Well, I'm digitally released on Amazon, and I guess it's not iTunes anymore. It's turned into Apple Music. I still say iTunes. I don't know why. And all the other, Spotify, Pandora, it's everywhere.
People follow you on social media?
Yes, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And of course, if you want to know all about me, you can stalk me on my website, rickcabotpodmore.com.
rickcabotpodmore.com. We will definitely start stalking you. How about that? All right.
I need that. That for safety. So in case anything happens to me.
You're fine. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for sharing it, and thank you for Share the Magic. It's
wonderful. Welcome to NAMM.
Thank you so much. We'll be back.
Hi everyone, it's Siege from Backstage 360, and we are at day 3 of NAMM 2020, and we are here with Paul Grant. He's a classical musician and teacher in the Orange County and LA School District. How you going, Paul?
Doing pretty well. Having a great time at NAMM.
Yeah, are you enjoying the day?
Oh yeah, it's like stimulation overload, seeing all the different like music technology, musical instruments, and all the musicians around town. It's been awesome.
Well, I'm kind of excited to talk to you because we're going to go into a different, a lesser talked about subject matter that we should actually be focusing on, and that is music in schools. Tell me in your own words why it is so important that we teach music in our public school system.
I feel like we're in a state in education where people are more concerned about test scores and about science and technology, which is wonderful. But people are forgetting that the arts are equally important to develop sensitive humans with empathy, morals, ethics, creativity. We're also living in a day and age where kids are living through their cell phones, through social media, whether it be Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all that. And we have a high depression rate, suicide rate among people because they're constantly comparing themselves to other people that they see on social media. And a lot of people are not interacting with one another. They're living through their phones. By having music in the schools, students are learning how to do something artistic, how to think creatively, how to do something where they get to interact with people, maybe not through words, but through music. Yes, orchestra in particular is an art form that has been around for, since 1700s, but people are still learning how to collaborate with one another, how to think creatively, how to use classical music to perform music that they're into, whether it be pop or rock and hip hop and things like that. But also they're learning how to find themselves, how to find leadership, how to feel significant through classical music. For me, I was no Mozart. I just loved to play, but as I got better, I started to obtain leadership roles where people really relied on me, and that made me really feel significant in life. And I think a lot of kids get that through music.
And in addition to being a public teacher, you also teach privately, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some of your private students, and maybe you could tell us how they could contact you, possibly set up lessons, get some information.
As far as reaching me, a lot of people have reached me through my website, which is mrgrantviolin.com. Very original. Yeah.
Okay, and we can also find you on social media.
Yeah.
Personally. Paul Grant?
Paul Grant on Facebook. I believe I'm on Instagram. Also, if you look up Paul Grant, or my handle there is AltoClef02. AltoClef, because I am a viola player at heart.
And we have one more area to cover.
Sure.
So you are also a hired gun, right? So that a hired gun, so that you go in, you work with an ensemble for private events, weddings, corporate. So let's talk about that real quick. And again, how maybe people can contact you.
Sure. So I am fortunate to have freelance performing weddings, churches, and special events since I was in high school. Currently, I perform with a group called Academia Music Group. It's also called OMG Strings. OMG, nice play on words. So if you Google us, Academia Strings, OCDAMIA Music Group on Google, you'll find our website, and that's how we mainly arrange weddings and communication that way.
You know what? It was great talking to you. I learned so much already this afternoon. Thank you for being with us. And we're going to, it looks like you are our last plane out. We saved the best for last. So let's say goodnight to everybody at NAMM 2020.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. See you next year.